All right, well now joining me on WION Newsroom, Adya Juneja, who will get us all the updates from the world of business, Minat Shah, who will get us all the updates and the developments in tech, and Atra Sasitharan, who will get us all the updates from the world of sports. And we begin by going over to Adya. Adya, over to you for all the business updates.
Well, thank you, Jyotsna. Here are the key business trends shaping the world today. First up, gold has surged to an all-time high, above $5,100 an ounce, now extending one of the strongest rallies in modern history. The metal is already up over 18% this year after a 64% jump in 2025. Now, this builds on the biggest annual gain since 1979. Investors are piling into gold as geopolitical uncertainty rises and confidence in US policy wavers. Analysts point to erratic trade threats from President Donald Trump as a major trigger. Some forecasts now see gold heading towards $5,500 to $6,000 later this year. On the contrary, Bitcoin is down over 1% in the past 24 hours, but the bigger concern lies beneath the surface. Over the weekend, prices came close to a confirming bearish breakdown before staging a short-term rebound. Technically, Bitcoin remains trapped in a head and shoulders pattern, with a crucial support zone near $86,000. A decisive break below that level could open a door to 10% slide, potentially dragging prices down. On-chain data suggests the selling pressure is easing, offering temporary relief. Moving on now, remote work in the UK is reiterating fast. Now, job listings offering work-from-home options fell 42% in December compared to a year earlier, hitting their lowest level since the pandemic. At the same time, office-based roles are surging as rising unemployment shifts power back to employers. Now, there are 2.3 job seekers for every vacancy, with joblessness climbing to 5.1%, the highest since 2020. Once Europe's work-from-home capital, Britain is seeing firms tightening hiring amid higher taxes and new labor laws. Finally, a brutal winter storm is testing US power grids like never before. From New England to Texas, electricity demand is surging as extreme cold grips major population centers. Grid operators are warning of record demand. Natural gas prices have jumped nearly 19%. Electricity costs are soaring, and more than 825,000 homes and businesses remain without power. Authorities are even paying larger users to cut consumption to avoid rolling blackouts. And that's a wrap from the world of business. Now, for all the tech updates, it's over to you, Miraj.
Thank you, Adya. Now, Meta, the parent company of WhatsApp, has reportedly been sued for misleading users about privacy and security on the messaging platform. Now, the lawsuit that was filed in the District Court of California in San Francisco by an international group of plaintiffs from Australia, Brazil, India, Mexico, and South Africa. The plaintiffs have accused Meta and WhatsApp of having, or rather storing and analyzing users' private communications. They also claim that the content of chat logs is stored by these companies and can in fact be accessed by employees. Moving on, Google has said that it has fixed a technical issue that caused emails received by Gmail users to be misclassified as spam. Now, according to Google's Workspace status dashboard, the problem began around 5 in the morning, around Pacific Standard Time on Saturday last week. Users reported inbox errors and unexpected spam warnings. They also said that emails that should have appeared in promotions, social, or updates tabs were showing up in the primary inbox, while messages from trusted senders were being marked as spam. Social media users also complained that spam was flooding their inboxes and that Gmail filters had stopped working properly. Finally, ChatGPT is reportedly citing information from Grokipedia, an AI-generated online encyclopedia that was developed by Elon Musk's xAI. According to a report by The Guardian, content from Grokipedia has appeared in ChatGPT's responses to multiple user queries. Now, ChatGPT-2 cited the platform 9 times across more than a dozen questions that were posed by the publication. ChatGPT, however, did not cite Grokipedia when prompted directly to repeat misinformation about topics that Grokipedia has been widely reported for spreading falsehoods about. Instead, Grokipedia's information filtered into the model's responses when it was prompted about more obscure topics. That's all we have for you from Tech. For Sports, it's over to you now, Athira.
Thank you so much, Miraj. Here are the top sports stories we are tracking for you at this hour. We'll begin with tennis first. Defending champion Madison Keys has crashed out of the Australian Open. Six-seed Jessica Pegula needed just 78 minutes to beat her good friend. She won the match with a scoreline of 6-3, 6-4. Keys hit 26 winners, that is 12 more than Pegula, but she was undone by 28 unforced errors on the Lord Laver Arena. Pegula not only claimed bragging rights over her podcast co-host, but also won a bet. As part of the wager, Keys must now try a Thanksgiving tradition from the Pegula family, that is apple pie with cheddar cheese on top. Keys was not the only top-ranked American to exit the tournament. Taylor Fritz also bowed out of the season's first Grand Slam. Fifth-seed Lorenzo Musetti powered past Fritz 6-2, 7-5, 6-4. The victory sends Musetti into the quarterfinal for the first time in Melbourne. He will now face 24-time Grand Slam champion Novak Djokovic. Musetti has played Djokovic 10 times before, winning just once, and that too back in 2023. Over in football, now Manchester United dealt a blow to Arsenal's Premier League title. Matheus Cunha's superb strike clinched the Red Devils a thrilling 3-2 win over the leaders at the Emirates Stadium. United have moved up to the fourth in the points table after back-to-back wins under interim manager Michael Carrick. Meanwhile, Arsenal have suffered their first home defeat of the season. The Gunners' lead has now reduced to 4 points with wins for their title rivals Manchester City and Aston Villa. Lastly, in cricket, Abhishek Sharma's 14-ball 50 led India to a 8-wicket win over New Zealand in the third T20I in Guwahati. After being put to bat first, the visitors were restricted to 153 for 9. Chasing 154, Abhishek Sharma smashed an unbeaten 68 of 20 deliveries. Captain Surya Kumar was equally destructive, scoring unbeaten 57 of 26 deliveries. The host chased the target with 10 overs to spare. Victory gave India an unassailable 3-0 lead in the 5-match series. The series is a warm-up ahead of the T20 World Cup, which will begin on February 7 in India and Sri Lanka. Well, with that, we've come to the end of the sports segment. It's back to you, Jyotsna.
And thank you so much, Atra, for all the updates from sports. And thank you so much, Miraj and Adya, for bringing all the updates from tech and business. All right, with that, we call a wrap to this bulletin. But don't go anywhere. News and updates will follow on the other side. You're watching WION World is One. Stay tuned.